Who has, remember there's no dumb questions, they're just dumb answers. So I hope I won't provide any dumb answers. But does anybody have any questions about anything that they experienced, had a hard time with, want to work on? Ryan.
My last guy, super long legs like yours. I just, no matter how far, he's going back. I just could not break his guard.
I got you. Okay. So, all right. So what we're gonna do is focus. So here's the thing, and we addressed this with Dan. The problem is with tall guys, they're able to just kind of create a problem for you because the post is not long enough. You're not able to create enough pressure on the legs. And what you really have to consider doing is obviously creating a post here, catching this sleeve here, yep, and then standing up. Standing up is probably one of the best ways to pass. But the problem is with standing up, you assume that they're going to go into Delhi Hiva. Because if your right foot is forward, then they're right away going into Delhi Hiva. So you immediately have to drop that knee and kill that hook and just understand that you're passing standing. Okay? So it's a good question. When you get into a close guard, okay, he's going to be doing something with his hands here. Okay? Whenever they grab your sleeve right here, you can always grab their sleeve right here. Okay? And what you need to do is you need to push this under there, under your wrist right here, so I control. And I'm going to step that way and jam his hip. Okay? So that he can't swivel. Okay? And begin to take my arm right here. From here, I'm going to push onto this. Here, sorry.
Yeah.
And then from here, I'm gonna drop my hips and pull up right here. So I own that arm, okay? And my elbow is in this knee, so I can now begin to step back, okay? Probably I would go here and immediately drive the knee through, but I would control this hand because it doesn't do me any good to let it go. If I let it go, I have to understand that from open guard, he needs 4 points of contact. And if I own that sleeve and I'm constantly keep pulling it up, he doesn't really have any points of contact because his feet can only connect as effectively as he's got grips, okay? So when you strip a hand grip, the feet are fairly easy to remove, okay? But when you remove the feet and they have grips like this, it's not exactly easy to remove here. Also, I have active toes, okay? Because I want to be able to drive, and this enables me to drive forward. So as he's got my sleeve here, posture, I even get here, okay? And I want to push this under all the way, lock it, and I want to step that way, okay? And I want to jam his hip. If you're loose, theoretically he can swivel the hips and take the arm. No, take the arm, yeah. So when I step, and I don't pass guard standing, probably should, okay? Here, and I'm jamming this here as my feet are pointed outward so I can step up, up, and I want to drive my hip in and right here, okay? Sometimes you can step back with the left or drive the right. Sometimes you can step back with the right. The problem is that this leg kind of stays because I have this sleeve and my right elbow pushes his left leg down. So I don't want to let this go. I'd rather push his left leg down instead of letting go and pushing this down. So when I stand up, I'm going to step back with my left leg because I'm pushing his left leg with my right hand. Okay? So I go here. Okay? So this right here should never be floating. Here. 1, 2, 3. Okay? In order for me to push this down and control that, it's not really going to work. His free hand oftentimes grabs my, not even, because the second he drops down, he goes right into Delhi Hiva. Okay? So I want to control this and immediately drive through, and begin to pass, whichever way, as long as I begin to cut through that guard. Does that make sense? Okay. So we need to drive the hips in. So one more time. It's over here. I'll weave this through here. push it here. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Okay? If he pulls this arm back, maybe here, and then you're constantly driving forward. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, that one is active toes, and you're gonna step that way so that your right foot, you'll see. Over here, you got the sleeve. Here, and go 1. So that I'm pushing with my right foot, weight on the left foot so that my right foot can, here, and I pinch right here, so he still can't swivel, and I'm gonna drive my hips in here. And you could even use the left elbow to keep this knee from going in front for almost kind of a knee shield half guard, and you're driving, driving, driving. How you get through, it's already passing open guard. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, so everybody's gonna post with the right hand, swivel here, punch it here. See, I turn this way. 1, 2, and I'm pinching the knees here as my hips drive in here, okay? All right, whichever way you pass, it all depends on how active they are. Because in all reality, he should have opened his guard before I stood up so that he can already give a chin open guard, okay? Let's try it, 1, 2, 3. But standing passing is very, very effective.
Perfect partner.